What happens when Jamie Lee Curtis meets the Parent Trap and the Parent Trap meets One Tree Hill? Freaky Friday happens, and no, I'm not talking about the 2018 Disney Channel musical remake, please, okay? I'm talking about Freaky Friday starring Lindsay Lohan, Jamie Lee Curtis, and Chad Michael Murray, of course. And this movie is about a mom and her daughter swapping bodies after a very big argument. And they're forced to live each other's lives, and ridiculous moments become unavoidable. Let's get some reactions to this Disney classic.
You think my life is perfect? You couldn't last one day in my high school.
Cookie?
That's all about to change. Because things are going to get a little freaky.
Why am I in Anna's room? This isn't mine. Those aren't mine. That's definitely not mine. So, you're in my body and I'm in your body.
Oh, I beg your pardon.
Oh, I'm like the Crypt Keeper!
This is kind of weird, Freaky Friday-esque. There's no one here. Where is everyone? Alexis? Are you here? Oh. Jillian?
No, it's Alexis.
No,
Catalina?
it's Jillian.
Are you... What? John, are you here? Well, this is very interesting. All right, let's get started, I guess. We're talking about Freaky Friday on an actual Freaky Friday. So what is the first thing you would do if you switched bodies with one of your parents?
You know, I honestly have no clue. It's just so scary to think about. Like, I feel like I would freak out first, like, honestly. But after that, I don't know if I would have it in me to do something crazy. Like, I'd probably just try to do, like, my mom's work for her. Let me think what else. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's lucky that I'm knowledgeable about her job. I know it's kind of a boring answer, but it's realistic, yeah.
I kill myself. It sounds like a miserable time.
Wow, John, that's such a depressing answer. I can't believe you'd say such a harsh thing. If I were to swap bodies with my parents, if I swap bodies with my mom, I would take this chance to give her a makeover. I'd probably go shopping and go to the spa.
I really wouldn't mind it. My mom is honestly my best friend, so it would be really cool to see and do things from her perspective. Plus, I could order a glass of wine at a restaurant and not get carded.
Follow-up question, what do you think your parents would do if they were in your bodies?
My mom goes on like 6-mile runs every morning. So it's almost like, you know, like almost no matter what. So honestly, I think that if we switched bodies, she would still do the runs. And I just don't know if my body's up to that yet.
Yeah, I think my parents would probably run around a track field or something, but I'm not in the best shape, so they'd probably be disappointed.
I think my mom would definitely go to my classes. She didn't have the opportunity to go to college, so she would be thrilled to have a day in the life at Emerson.
My mom would probably take a lot of pictures of, well, you know, herself, because she always jokes about wanting to be young again, even though she's not old in my opinion and looks great.
So the movie gets compared to 17 again, which stars Zac Efron, of course. So what would you say? Would you say the movie executed the swapping bodies theme pretty well?
You know, I think that it did. I thought it was just really, really fun movie. And I absolutely love the swapping bodies trope.
I would say so. I think that for what the movie was, it did a good job at conveying the theme of the movie, and comparing it to 17 again is completely fair, and I really enjoy that movie as well. So I'm honestly not sure which movie did better.
I think so. I love both those movies, and I enjoy the comedy, so I think both movies did a great job.
So did you enjoy the overall performances and the age swap acting? Was it funny and on point?
I really enjoyed both performances. I think the actors have really good chemistry, and that brings a lot of humor into the movie.
I did. I thought it was really well done. The actors did well in portraying, you know, that younger and older age difference. And it is written as a children's movie, but I think that it's still enjoyable for adults, which is nice. So yeah, it was good.
I think I think it was very funny. I think both the actresses did a great job. I also really enjoyed the reactions of both the son and the fiance. I thought it was so funny and natural, and thought it was all very odd. Even imagine the possibilities of having to switch bodies.
So which do you prefer, Jamie Lee Curtis portraying a teenage girl or Lindsay Lohan's portrayal of a put-together mother?
I prefer Jamie Lee Curtis's performance. It constantly had me laughing, and I just thought it was so funny to see a grown woman acting like a teenager. She's so spot on. It made me wonder if she had a teenage kid herself.
I prefer Jamie Lee Curtis because she got to have more flexibility with her character, while Lindsay Lohan had a more restrictive character having to act as a grown-up.
I love them both. I think they did it so well. The voices changed. Sometimes I even forget that they switch bodies because they would just seem like the other person so much that it didn't really feel like that I was watching the daughter or watching the mother. I felt like I was just watching.
So there were a lot of awkward moments in this film, but which one was more awkward? Anna flirting with her crush Jake in her mom's body, or Anna technically being engaged to a 40-year-old man in her mom's body?
You see, when I read this question, I was gonna say Anna being engaged to a 40-year-old. Then I watched the movie and realized that it's the guy from NCIS or one of the other 40 million Cop Network TV shows whom is an absolute dilf. However, I think Jake falling in love with Jamie Lee is way more awkward than Anna flirting with him in her body.
I think the creepiest was Anna being engaged to a 40-year-old man. The relationship just seemed so serious, and it had gone on for so long that it would have been a problem, or the wedding would have to been canceled.
So what was the funniest moment?
When Anna was a therapist, I just enjoyed how she completely ignored everyone's problems and said basically nothing. She was just super unprofessional, which I thought was hilarious. And I like when she told that woman to not look in her daughter's diary.
I think the funniest moment is when they first swap bodies and then they try and get back, by running into each other. I don't know. I thought it was funny.
I think there's no funniest moment. I love them all. Overall, I really enjoyed every scene of the movie.
So do you think Anna and her mom do a decent job at taking over each other's responsibilities for the day?
No, not really. They got better at it as it went on, but both of them know nothing about each other's personal lives. And it is basically impossible for them because of how polar opposite they are from each other. So no, they did a horrible job.
Not really, but it's the kind of what makes sense the movie funny, Like, I just feel like if they were doing everything well, it just wouldn't be as good or entertaining,
Yeah, I agree. I think, they didn't really do a great job, but if they had done a good job, it wouldn't be so funny and it wouldn't make sense.
So Jake developed a huge crush on Anna's mom, even though he technically fell for Anna's personality. So is that sweet or pretty weird and wrong?
I think it's kind of both. At first, I was like, ew, this is uncomfortable. But then I realized that Jake just really loves Anna's personality and isn't focused on shallow things like how she looks. I guess I thought that was sweet and showed how he was a nice guy, but yeah, it's still weird.
I think it's pretty pathetic. Mans is super desperate to find someone, and it's not like he's this super unique person. He can find someone who's compatible with him that isn't 40 years older than him and engaged.
So do you think that the woman from the Chinese restaurant did something good? Was the body switch necessary for this mom-daughter duo to better understand each other? I mean, after all, it did work, so.
Yeah, I definitely think it was necessary because the two of them would never really see eye to eye, and if they hadn't spent a day in each other's shoes.
I think that it all worked out, so that's all that really matters, but it was definitely a very risky move.
My answer is no. They're actually complete assholes. You know what would have been useful? Therapy, not the stress of potentially ruining each other's lives. That's not helpful. Saying they were helpful is like when SpongeBob caught the butterfly after it destroyed all of Bikini Bottom.
Well said, John, well said. So those are all the questions I have for you all about Freaky Friday on this very Freaky Friday. See you next season, because this is our last episode.
Honey! Could you, like, chill for a sec? I want my body back! My wedding's tomorrow! I can't marry Ryan! Ew!
Platinum Cup.
Don't even think about it.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
This song is killing me.
Lindsay Lohan.
Great bike. What? Not like I've ever been on it. I'm not allowed.
Walt Disney Pictures presents a movie about what it takes
I can't do this. What do you mean?
to make someone else's dream
Do something!
come true.
And what you see is what you lack.
Then selfless love will change your back.
I love Jamie Lee Curtis portraying an angsty teenager trapped in an adult body and telling her fiance to chill for a sec. What more can you ask for? Freaky Friday is indeed freaky, and it is absolutely perfect for a nostalgic trip down memory lane. Oh, and word of advice, don't open fortune cookies right after a big argument. It's bad news. Thank you so much for tuning into this last episode of Real Reactions for this season, and thank you so much to our lovely cast. It has been a pleasure being your host. And for one final time, although our reactions might be a little ridiculous and a little bit racy, they're always
Real.
Always real.
Don't watch The Crew,
Bye.
please.
Bye.